Marty, this is so wonderful. Hello, everybody. What a beautiful Saturday we have here in Toronto. Sky is clear, sun is shining, and I'm here with all of you and with Marty. Thank you so much, Marty, for inviting me to do this with you. We always have so much fun, and the topics of conversation just run the gamut. We go across the screens, across the boards, through conversations that we've had throughout the week, as well as to what we've heard from other people on different webinars and different platforms. And when we do these types of webinars, we're pulling information together so that where there are challenges, we're hitting the nail on the head to help you understand, to help diffuse the energy that surrounds them, and to bring you continued truth with integrity about what this incredible company is all about and what we have within OnPassive. Everything Marty said, I 1000% agree and concur. We are so fortunate, and many of you know me from different aspects of my background, but I was involved with many different businesses, many that I had researched and found to have good products that I believed in. I found out their integrity and base, but I could not succeed in them. I could not do that. And so when I was introduced to OnPassive, yes, it took me a moment to think about it, to choose and to decide to join. But once I was in, I was all in, and I have never looked back. So this is something so exciting. And if you're in positions or in other businesses whereby you are wondering what you should do, is this something you should add? You know what? Don't think. If you want the best, if you want a company with integrity that's going to have all the products that you will be able to use, not only as a standalone business as an additional stream of income, but also to support whatever else you are doing, this is it. And I'm saying that to those who are in, but also to those of you who are watching and listening, and who are maybe deciding or talking to people who are involved already in OnPassive and wondering, how can this benefit you now? We have the luxury and the privilege of having a CEO who is heart, brain wired. And I say it deliberately like that because his whole being exudes humanitarianism. It exudes the willingness and the desire to truly enhance life and the business world and the individual's abilities to look after themselves and their families. And then when it's time and when they're ready, to give back to their communities and the world. And many, many companies have adopted this environmental support and environmental care. Some of them truly from their hearts, but not many of them have started their businesses with that intent. So Ash's mission and goal from the very beginning and vision has never wavered. It has always been to help others and to unite and also to enhance us individually and then collectively. There is no I in team, and which by definition, the most beautiful definition of team is together everyone achieves more. And OnPassive definitely is this embodiment of this version and this definition of team. But there are other meanings as well, and it gets more complicated and it gets more sometimes detrimental, sometimes more negative, because it brings up the competitiveness, it brings up the jealousies, it brings up the powers that it must be necessary to go against somebody else. And that is not OnPassive. We are not in competition with each other, nor are we in competition with anybody else. We are OnPassive, and we stand strongly and firmly as one with the wonderful knowledge that the database, that the founder membership are there with us. And this is really what I want to talk about today, because as of September 1st, the gates opened for us to be able to start receiving commissions. And we've been talking about apples in the past, and what a wonderful, wonderful time of year. This is fall that is starting, autumn, and apples are abundant in the autumn scenario. So for this timing, again, for me is very special, and I'm sure many people will see and understand the fun of what is happening now. This is where, from September 1st up until now, those founders who saw the vision, who understood what Ash was doing and what he was hoping to achieve in the world, made decisions whether to become more involved and share on passive with others, if they could or if they wanted to, or not. Nobody forced anybody to do it. Some people spoke about things that they wanted to do and suggestions were made, but ultimately the decisions to do as much or as little as you have done was yours. So then as we progressed through the month, we started to hear that people were receiving commissions. Some people celebrated this. Some other emotions started to come up, and I'll come back to that in a moment. Then we started to hear that some people had even started to withdraw and put in the withdrawal requests. And we've also heard that some people have received their cryptocurrency withdrawals now in their wallets, and we're waiting for the next steps. So this is a progress and a process that has to take place. Remember, we are still, for all intents and purposes, beta testing the financial component now of wallets. So this has to be staged. If everything was opened all at once, as we flooded the industry and flooded the financial banks and systems around the world in that first weekend of September, they were overwhelmed. So all of this now comes into staging parts whereby money is released and it is then checked. We then have to go through certain protocols for international monies, because remember, Ash has also said he wants this to be able to be commissions to be able to send to every founder, and for every founder to be able to withdraw commissions. So if there are hiccups in any of the countries, this is the time that this is also being looked at and adjusted. Now, from my perspective, I am thrilled to hear this news. I am thrilled to see people starting to get excited because they're seeing commissions in their back office, in their wallets. Unfortunately, well, no, excuse me, not unfortunately. So two things in addition to this have happened since September 1st. Founders, as they started to see things happening in the back office, especially the deposits of the 97 coin, and then other commissions, if they had other people that they had shared this with, founders who had been less active or not that interested suddenly started to wake up and become a little bit more involved and ask more questions. We knew this would happen, so this is no surprise to us. And then, in addition to all of this, some very human emotions started to crop up and crop into the tapestry of what's going on in OnPassive. And while some of them are wonderful and positive and happy and joyous and successful, complimentary and that sort of thing, there's also the flip side of that coin. Jealousy, envy, regret, and anger have also started to surface. Unfortunately, I've received direct messages, as I know some other people have, about these emotions and how people are faring or not faring so well with why this and what is happening. It doesn't necessarily happen in the order I've just mentioned, but we do need to learn to manage and heal these emotions now in order to fully succeed in our OnPassive lifestyle and move forward altogether. As Marty said, we need to know, and we need to know this at a cellular level, that because we have got a position as a founder, we are in this, and we will be looked after, and we will have financial commissions put into our wallets. In our time frame, no, not at all. In the time frame of the way the system has worked and the way the algorithms are set up, absolutely. And this is something that we can look forward to. Jealousy, unfortunately, is coming up because others are actually receiving commissions. Envy is coming across as why them and not me. The regret that's showing up in people's comments and conversation is, well, maybe I should have done more. Can I do something now? Is it too late to do something now? And anger. Why not for me? I have one position. Why am I not seeing anything? I was told I would see money. First of all, celebrate the fact that you have one position, you have one account. You are in OnPassive and you will receive. Remember, this is the accountability time now. You chose how to join. You chose what to do, either through your abilities or through your inabilities, whether that was financial, whether that was fear, whether that was feeling that you didn't know how to do it. You were unaware of the possibilities, and or you didn't feel that you had enough connections to do anything. No one else decided this for you. So this is where you are sitting right now. And this is all right because you are in on passive. But you have to take account and be responsible for what you have done, what you have created, and now bring in the patience to move forward with all of this together, because it is happening and you will receive. Regret, another big one. But first, you cannot change the past. You can make changes now and moving in the future, and you again can choose. If you want to share this with other people, share it away. There are still options and possibilities for other people to join you and see the magnificence of what On Passive will offer them. We have our affiliate links. You can do this. You can talk to them. There are still webinars going on. There are still videos and lives that are done almost every single day. So it is still possible to help people see the value and the reason why we are in On Passive. But again, this is something you decide upon. Nobody is saying that you have to do this or not. Then there's jealousy and envy. Now, these are the really big ones. And this will also depend on your own life circumstances, your own life experiences. Nobody can say what is right or wrong, and there's no easy fix for these two. You must go into your dark side and you must recognize them and accept that this is a part of you. It's a very human part, but you also don't have to stay there. You don't have to live there, and you don't have to turn the rest of your whole life into a dark cloud because of what you feel you are not getting and you feel you're being left out. Only you can love this free, and these energies need to be released so that we can move forward together. On Passive is for all of us. And we don't want to be in dark or negative energies and vibrations, because that also lowers our physical and our mental. And it has already been proven scientifically, and I'm only to say this in the context of this, that it can also lead us to not being well. It can debilitate our own physical and mental health. So we all need to be on the same page of joy and celebration. And if we can go so far as to love and be respectful and full of integrity and support for those who have taken the steps ahead of us to start, who have also started receiving the returns of their labors. And that's what they chose to do. Many of them have got big plans of helping certain charities, certain areas of the world, certain areas in their communities, as well as their families. We don't know everybody's stories, but we need to respect some of the reasons why some people have got more than one position. No right or wrong reason for it. So we really need to know and believe and really understand once and for all, as Marty said, it's repeated over and over again, that you are in, you have a position, and everything will be shown to us in proper sequence. This is happening. So as of September 1st, the financial gates opened. Things are rolling around. We are starting to get money. We need to be patient. We need to be kind. And we need to be supportive and happy for those who are receiving. Because, they will be celebrating with us. As soon as we start to receive as well, and as soon as people start to put messages out there, I've received commissions, I've withdrawn and I've received it in my bank. We're not talking about amounts. We're not talking about any figures or numbers, but we're talking about the steps that have been taken and the successes, so we can all celebrate that together. Those energies and vibrations are going to continue to carry this amazing lifestyle and wave of On Passive into the future. So be generous of spirit. Let's move forward together, and let's show the world what real support and unity is all about, so they can truly understand what On Passive is and why we were drawn to it in the first place. For many, it was the money. But if people have stayed involved in the journey and have clicked in, not even on a regular basis, but have been able to catch up and are watching and the videos and the recordings or reading the notes in the back office, let's move forward together now. This is the time to start celebrating and start to really get excited, because it is happening for all of us. That's wonderful. And Siri too, that's excellent. When we're talking about marketing that's been done for us already, and we refer to Dubai, and what we see when the Burj Khalifa is lit up with On Passive, tourism is at its height in Dubai right now. The number of conventions that are going on, global conventions that are happening in Dubai, are bringing tourists in from all around the world. What do you think they're seeing when they go shopping, when they go to the aquarium, when they're on the subway, when they're on the metro, when they're coming in and out and moving around the city? They're seeing on passive.com. That is the company marketing for us. So be excited, everybody, that this is happening, and it has been happening now for well over a year. We're looking at 18 months. This is, this is something to get excited about. All the people who have actually joined through on passive.com are being held for us, because the only way they can join on Passive is through either on passive.com or one of our links. And if they come through the onpassive.com corporate link, they will be distributed through algorithms in due course. That is going to happen. So please realize what we have. And as Marty says, this is absolutely huge. And the more you start thinking about it, when you sit down and have your quiet thoughts or a cup of coffee, this is one product. We still don't know all the physical products. We know that there are more virtual products. That's been said from day one. We know that we have incredible partnerships that are happening and being secured behind the scenes. Some of them we're being told about. Some of them we may never know about because of privacy and security reasons. But all of this is drawing to OnPassive, and the fact that these people and these organizations are wanting to work with OnPassive, stand tall and stand proud, everybody. So let's look at this scenario. We're getting people saying, well, should I activate? Should I pay the 143? And as Marty said, you know what? It's your choice. But if you don't have your account activated, which is the second payment out of pocket, which is what we were told, having been gifted back what we paid for the placement, if we don't activate and become part of the flow when that switch is turned on, we will be losing the momentum and one of the main reasons why we joined to be part of this from the very beginning. So you can still join at any point you want to. Prices might be different, size of packages might be different, but things are going to be different down the line to where they are right now for the starting package and the starting point. So when that switch gets flipped, I'm looking to be ready for myself so I can help myself recuperate the many years of disability that I have not been able to earn a salary, and move forward and help my family and help the community and help people in the world. And it's a magnificent world out there. So let's look at this now. You want to go on holiday. You've done your research. You know where you're going. You've booked your tickets. You've booked your reservations. You're packed. The family's going with you. You've taken care of everybody. You've headed out to the airport. You're standing in line. You've gone through customs and the first initial customs control. You're now up at the check-in point and your passports have expired. You're not going anywhere. This is part of taking responsibility and part of being in charge of planning and looking out for something that you want to do. If you want to be part of OnPassive, you will activate and pay that 143. And you will find a way to do it. A legal way to do it, of course. But this is where people are helping each other. So maybe a couple of families get together to activate one position. And then when that starts rolling, they come back and help and activate the others. There are ways of doing this that you can talk to each other about when you know, especially when you know the person who helped to bring you in. You never should have been left alone. So look at your own real life scenarios. Look what life has and see what things you do either automatically or by rote, just because it's something that needs to be done. Make OnPassive part of your daily routine, checking the pop-up in the back office, just going through quickly and checking to see if you want to watch a live that happened that day, or if you want to reread the notes from one of the webinars. If somebody was talking to you and to a group of you, and they suddenly said, come on, we're jumping off a bridge, would you do it? Would you not stop and wait for a moment and see the relevance to doing this in your life? What benefit would you have of jumping off a bridge? Think now. It's time to be the smart, independent reseller business owner that you can be with your own passive business and in your own life. Let's take responsibility. Let's help each other. Let's communicate and offer suggestions, but not tell people what to do. And let's celebrate the joy of where we are at right now with other people receiving money. And now we've had first information that it's actually sitting in Red's personal crypto account. This is huge. Let's start celebrating, because this is going to be happening to all of us. And I so look forward to being on webinars and lives with others to be able to say, it's happening. We've had 10,000 messages that people have received money. We've had 100,000, and the number's going to keep getting bigger and bigger. So thank you so much for being with us today. And I leave you with one other thought: the power of yet. When we get into a slump where we're not sure about something, and the automatic mental voices and talk starts happening, I can't do this, I'm not good at this, it doesn't work, please add those 3 letters, that one little word, yet. Because that turns that sentence into, from I can't or cannot do this, to I cannot do this yet. And yet keeps the door open and the possibilities flowing to you. So I don't understand this. Maybe you haven't been able to engage or listen to webinars and be part of this for a while, but I don't understand this yet. This doesn't make sense. Of course it doesn't. If you don't have the other background to help bring you up to the current, it may not, but it doesn't make sense yet. When I apply and go and do the necessary quick steps, few easy reads to catch up, it will make sense. And if you want to say, Robin, I don't like you, I'm going to say, just add the yet and say, Robin, I don't like you yet. I do look forward to meeting you in person. I thank you so much, Marty, for this opportunity to be with everybody again on this beautiful Saturday. And I'm just so grateful to have found On Passive without being all kumbaya, in a very factual way, because through my disabilities, I was not able to do a lot of things and I held myself back. And the joy that's returning to my life through this, I am forever grateful. And to be able to help other people feel a similar joy and excitement, I look forward to sharing that with others. Take care, everybody. Stay safe, look after each other, and I'm sure I will see you on a webinar somewhere in the near future. Marty, thank you. I'll have a couple of other things afterwards, but I've also spoken a bit long. Thank you.